Please don't forget subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new daily videos.
I moved to Viridia 3 months ago, fresh out of college, eager to start my new marketing job. The city was a blur of new faces, tall buildings, and the persistent hum of ambition. My apartment was nothing fancy, a compact, slightly dated one-bedroom near the downtown core, but it was mine. A fresh start. The first few weeks were a dizzying mix of work and exploring my new surroundings, trying to furnish my place on a shoestring budget. That's how I ended up at the local flea market, a sprawling mess of forgotten treasures and junk. Tucked away in a dusty corner, amidst tarnished silverware and chipped porcelain, I spotted it. An ornate silver-backed hand mirror. Its handle was sculpted with swirling, intricate patterns, dark with age but still beautiful. The mirror itself was slightly cloudy, with a few faint scratches, but it had an undeniable allure. It called to me. I picked it up, feeling a strange coldness seep into my fingertips. The vendor, a gruff old man, barely looked up when I offered him $5. A steal, I thought. I took it home, gave it a quick wipe, and placed it prominently on my dresser, a touch of antique elegance in my otherwise generic room. At first, it was just a cool conversation piece, a nice aesthetic touch. But then the little things started. I'd be brushing my teeth, and out of the corner of my eye, I'd swear I saw a flicker in the mirror on my dresser, a shadow passing behind my reflection, even though there was a solid wall there. I'd chalk it up to being tired or my eyes playing tricks on me. My job was demanding, and I wasn't getting enough sleep. Then the mirror started moving. I always placed it face down at night, just a habit. But more than once, I'd wake up and find it propped upright, facing my bed. The first time I convinced myself I must have left it that way, my memory fuzzy from sleep. The second time I was irritated, thinking I was going crazy. The third time, a prickle of unease started to spread through me. It wasn't just facing the bed. It was angled directly at me, like an eye observing me while I slept. I started getting vivid, unsettling nightmares. Not just bad dreams, but detailed, visceral experiences of being trapped in a shimmering, distorted world. My face pressed against a cold, reflective surface, while a warped version of myself stared back, laughing silently. I decided to try and get rid of it. The mirror had gone from charming to genuinely unnerving. I wrapped it in an old t-shirt, shoved it into a shoebox, and put it in the back of my closet beneath a stack of old textbooks. Out of sight, out of mind, right? 2 days later, I came home from work to find it on my nightstand, unwrapped, facing my pillow. My heart hammered against my ribs. I knew I hadn't taken it out. I knew I hadn't. Panic began to set in. I drove it across town, found a public dumpster behind a derelict warehouse, and threw it in, watching it clatter down into the depths of trash and rotting food. I felt an immediate, profound sense of relief. The weight in my chest lifted. I even smiled on the drive home, feeling foolish but free. The relief lasted precisely until I unlocked my apartment door. As I stepped inside, my gaze was inexplicably drawn to my dresser. There it was, the ornate silver mirror sitting exactly where I'd first placed it. My breath hitched. It wasn't just there, it looked cleaner, shinier, as if it had never been in a dumpster. And my reflection was smiling. A slow, chilling grin that didn't match the terror on my actual face. I stood frozen, staring at the reflection that was me, but not me. Its eyes were too wide, too eager. Its smile too predatory. I felt a compelling urge, an almost physical tug to pick it up, to gaze deeper into its surface. It was like looking into a deep well, and I felt myself falling, my own thoughts becoming muddled, replaced by a cold, calculating calm. Now I can barely tear myself away from it. I look into it for hours, fascinated by the subtle shifts in my reflected image. Sometimes I see things move behind me in the mirror that aren't there in the room. Sometimes my reflection blinks a beat too late or laughs when I'm silent. I feel a growing exhaustion, a profound lack of sleep, but the mirror demands my attention. My coworkers have asked if I'm feeling all right. I just tell them I'm fine, but my reflection in the mirror often answers them with a slight shake of its head, a silent, knowing denial. I feel a cold presence, not just around the mirror, but inside me, coiling around my thoughts. It whispers to me, not in words, but in a feeling, a deep, resonant knowing that tells me to keep looking. It tells me that my reflection is finally ready. I don't know who I am anymore. Or rather, I don't know which of us is the one looking out.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. And please do subscribe to support the channel.